Hello friends. So in yoga and breathing and Qigong practices, there's both very strong physical and stimulating practices and also very subtle, very calm, very gentle practices. Now, I will explain a bit more about it and why it's so important to do both. Now, as I explained already a little bit before, how there is gross level of our being and more subtler layers. The physical flesh and bones and tissue, and then also on a subtler layer, the energy flowing through the nervous system, subtler layers of energy, the mind, super subtle, even more subtle, our awareness and consciousness. Now, with the stronger practices, we open up and we work on a gross level, open up the physical layers of our being, also the energetic layers of our being, and stimulate everything to open it up. Kind of like when you have something that you want to clean and you start to scrub it and shake it and do all these things with it, okay? Now, if we want to work with the subtler levels, it's about slowing down, it's about calming, it's about the subtleness. It's physically not really doing anything, but with the mind and with the awareness start to doing things to harmonize and calm and center. Okay? So, for instance, with yoga, there is very strong practice in Ashtanga practice or hot yoga, all these kind of types of yoga where it's very physical. It's good on a gross level, you get strong, you get really healthy and everything starts to open up. I've seen a lot though that it's very stimulating and the energy is kind of high up, and a lot of people that practice just stronger practices of yoga or breathing practices, they can be very a bit restless and not having really feeling that peace within, that calmness within, and still the mind wants to figure things out, go to places, do things, very active. Important is to also center and harmonize, to realize that everything is already within, that peace is already within. After doing a strong breathing session, it takes at least about 10 minutes, even more, 15 minutes before everything is settled again. So if you do strong yogic breathing, Wim Hof breathing or one of these things, it takes time before everything is settled and you start to harmonize and can work with the awareness. Otherwise you're doing it, the strong breathing, and then you feel a lot of sensations and tingling, everything is happening, and then it takes time before everything starts to calm down and slow down. And some of you might think as soon as the physical sensations stop to happen, then the session is over. No, then is when you can start to learn to work with the more subtle layers of your being. Okay, so after about 10-15 minutes, when all the sensations they start to become less and it becomes more quiet within, then you can start to work with the awareness deeper within. Okay, very important to understand this. Otherwise, it's just a game of sensations and feeling all these yoga high and yoga stoned, or however one wants to call it. It's not a game of physical sensations. It's getting you to the essence of yourself on the subtlest level of your being. Now, for some people, it's maybe very easy to do the stronger yoga asanas and do more difficult poses and do some things that require a lot of fitness, or do strong breathing. But it's maybe very difficult to take like 20 minutes to sit down and do physically on a gross level nothing, but working with the awareness to harmonize everything within and realizing this deeper inner peace. Now, a good way to measure this for yourself is after doing a breathing session or a yoga session or a strong Qigong session, whatever it is, to take time to sit. And in the beginning, maybe you notice that it's really difficult to focus on one point, on, for instance, the breath or scanning through the body. And maybe if it's really bad, even your eyes constantly keep on moving. That's a good indicator as well if the energy is too much high up and too much loose, or if it's balanced. When sitting with the eyes closed, you can become aware of how your state of energy actually is. If there's a lot of colors happening, a lot of moving of the eyes, a lot of restlessness, it means you got to take your time for more time to sit and let everything settle after your sessions, so that you let everything harmonize, calm down your breathing. There's all these beautiful slow breathing techniques I gave you that you can do. And then you'll find eventually, working on the subtlest level of your being, your awareness, your pure consciousness, and realizing that on a gross level you don't have to do so much. It's all already happening. Enjoy the practice.
When you want to clean your clothes, you wash them by rubbing, squeezing, and wrenching them. You do all this to get the dirt out, to get the smell out, and to make it all nice and clean. Once it's clean, you don't keep rubbing, squeezing, and wrenching. You don't wear the clothes already. No, you hang it up to dry. You let the subtle breeze and sunlight do the drying, and then you can wear it. Like that also, with stronger breathing and moving practices, we open up, we cleanse, we stimulate and strengthen. And then, with very slow and gentle practices, we purify and let everything harmonize and balance. And then we can take that harmonized and balanced state of being into our daily life.